Have you ever walked into someone's house feeling perfectly fine, and walked out feeling tired, tense, or weirdly heavy for no clear reason? Not physically tired. Emotionally tired. Like your batteries got quietly drained while you weren't looking. Here's the truth most people don't talk about. As you get older, especially after 65, it's not just how you spend your time that matters, it's where you spend it and who you spend it with. Some homes don't feel peaceful. Some conversations don't feel safe. And some visits cost you more than they give back. The tricky part? A lot of us keep showing up out of habit. Out of politeness. Out of, well, that's just how it's always been. But your energy isn't unlimited anymore, and that's not a weakness. That's wisdom. Today, we're talking about 4 types of people whose homes you should seriously rethink visiting after 65, no matter how much free time you think you have. Stick with me, because once you see these patterns, you can't unsee them, and that awareness alone can change how peaceful your life feels. Let's get into it. The first type is the person who turns every visit into an emotional rainstorm. You know the vibe. You walk in, and before you've even sat down, the mood drops. Something is always wrong. Someone is always disappointing them. Life is always unfair. It doesn't matter if it's a beautiful day or if something good just happened, they'll find the dark cloud and park under it. At first, you might think, they just need to vent. And sure, everyone needs that sometimes. But with this type of person, it's not venting, it's a lifestyle. They don't want solutions. They don't want perspective. They don't even want things to improve. They want company for their misery. And here's what makes it dangerous. You don't notice the effect right away. You sit there listening, nodding, being kind, and slowly, their frustration starts leaking into you. You leave their house feeling tense. Irritated. Drained. Maybe even a little hopeless. That's because emotions are contagious. Spend enough time around someone who believes everything is terrible, and your brain starts playing along. And if every visit ends with you feeling worse than when you arrived, that's not compassion, that's self-neglect. After 65, you're allowed to protect your peace without explaining yourself. The second type is someone who only opens their door when they want something. At first, it looks like friendship. They're warm. They're grateful. They make you feel needed. But over time, a pattern shows up. They don't invite you over just to talk. They don't check in just to see how you're doing. Every visit comes with a task. A favor. An expectation. Maybe it's rides. Maybe it's errands. Maybe it's fixing things, organizing things, or being their emotional support hotline. And the wild part? They're really good at making it feel like your responsibility. They'll say things like, "I don't know what I'd do without you." Or, "You're the only one I can rely on." Sounds flattering, until you realize you're exhausted and they're perfectly comfortable. Real relationships have balance. This kind doesn't. And the biggest red flag? Watch what happens when you say no. If they get cold. If they guilt you. If they act hurt or annoyed. That tells you everything. After 65, you don't owe anyone unlimited access to your time just because you're kind. Kindness without boundaries turns into resentment fast. The third type is the person whose house feels like a non-stop reality show. There's always drama. Always a conflict. Always a story where someone did them wrong. You sit down for a calm visit and somehow end up hearing about arguments, betrayals, family feuds, or neighbor problems you never asked to be part of. And slowly, you're expected to participate. They want your opinion. They want your loyalty. They want you on their side. And if you don't give it, things get awkward. People like this don't enjoy peace, peace feels boring to them. So they stir things up to feel alive. The problem is, drama is expensive. Emotionally expensive. You leave their house tense, replaying conversations in your head, feeling pulled into conflicts that have nothing to do with you. That's not a connection. That's chaos. At this stage of life, calm is gold. Anyone who constantly disrupts it is costing you something valuable. The fourth type is the person who lives almost entirely in the past, and not in a gentle, reflective way. Every conversation turns into back then. What they lost. Who hurt them. How things used to be better. They don't just remember the past, they relive it, over and over again. And without realizing it, they start pulling you backward too. You leave their house thinking about regrets you'd already made peace with. Opportunities you'd moved on from. Losses you'd learned to carry lightly. That's because mindsets spread. When someone believes the best days are gone, they project that belief onto you, whether they mean to or not. But here's the truth. Life doesn't end at 65. It just changes shape. And anyone who refuses to see joy in the present will slowly dim yours if you let them. There's a big difference between honoring memories and being trapped by them. And you're allowed to choose forward motion. As we wrap this up, here's the real takeaway. Pay attention to how you feel after you leave someone's home. Do you feel lighter? Or heavier? Do you feel calm? Or tense? Do you feel appreciated? Or used? Those feelings are information. After 65, protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's smart. Your time matters. Your energy matters. And not every invitation deserves a yes. Surround yourself with people whose homes feel safe, warm, and uplifting, the kind you leave smiling instead of sighing. Because at this stage of life, peace isn't optional. It's essential. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below and tell us one thing that stood out. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for spending your time with us, and we'll see you in the next one.